7 o'clock, let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. First item is pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item would be the approval of the October minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the September council meeting minutes with one exception. Andrea says she did not, where it says the motion to approve the September 2020 general operating, she made the motion, but she didn't second it. Jeremiah seconded it. The first one above old business, so we need to correct that.
Okay.
And with that correction, I make a motion that we accept.
Okay. Have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right, next item is financial report.
I make a motion that we accept the financial report as presented.
Okay. Do I have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Okay. I put, first item is Cheryl.
Yes. Spoke with Judge Lindsay today in the probate. He says everything is ready and that we could go ahead and vote on it. He's talked to Becky Denny and it's just got to go before the commission. And they canceled their work session is why it was not already approved. But he said everything is ready. It's still at the rate of $600 a year like we had discussed with them. And it's just we can approve it for signing once it has gone through the commission board.
I thought we had already approved it.
We did. We already approved it, so it's basically.
Was it already voted on?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we've already voted on it to do it and at that price.
Okay.
So we don't really need to vote on it again,
If
do
it's
we?
already been voted on at that price, then it's fine, you're just waiting for the commission
All
to
right, but that's the
to
update
agree
on
to
it.
it as
By
well.
next month, we should have it ready for it to be signed.
Okay. Well, I mean, this will be settled then, I mean, once it
Yes.
gets signed, so you
Once
will
it's
have-
signed.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It'll be done.
So, Main Street parking, did you check the DOT?
I have talked to DOT, they are going to send out an engineer to look at that. They're gonna look at the traffic coming in from off of Talona Street. My suggestion to them was to put up some of those big mirrors so that people can see both ways. Also, I spoke with them about the crosswalks, and there was another item. Hold on.
One of those signs.
Yes, and signs up 136 from the White Church down. I have requested that they put a sign up, congested area ahead, pedestrians ahead, and also one for the engine brakes on the big trucks. Those are things that have all been passed by the council in previous meetings, and it's just a matter of they have to give us permission and they called it an easement to be able to put those signs on the side of the state highway. So that's what we're waiting on there. I also spoke, because questions have been raised about the speeding and about the trucks flying through town. I spoke with our local Georgia State Patrol office, and he has assured me that they are going to address the speeding issue. He is going to call I believe it's something public safety.
Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, Department of Public Safety, the people that come out and stop trucks and weigh them, they're gonna come out and see what they can do. But he said if we could get the names of the truck, the companies that they're coming through, if y'all will let me know, I'll make sure that he gets those names to pass on to them. So,
So now to clarify that, the bridge on Whitestone Road, since it got flooded, there's not supposed to be any loaded trucks go across that bridge. So there's no trucks that's supposed to be coming through from Whitestone up Whitestone Road onto 136 and down to Talking. Now, it doesn't stop a truck coming from 136, you know, or coming from Cornish Mills up this way, because 136 is a state highway and it is a state truck route. So it's not going to stop all of them, but it, you know, it's supposed to stop the loaded trucks coming from Whitestone. So just clarify that. I not think y'all.
Yeah, it won't stop the ones coming down 136, sorry. Nothing we do about those.
Okay, under new business, item A.
Is, if I can find my paper. This was a hard decision, but, to the town council and citizens of the town of Talking Rock, I will be resigning my seat on the town council effective immediately. I feel I may better serve the town and other areas of the administration.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept Cheryl's resignation?
I make a motion that we accept the resignation of Councilmember Cheryl Sams effective immediately.
Okay. Do I have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right, so the next item is appointment to fill the vacant council seat. Reached out to Tony Hall, which is resident of Meadowlands, and he's agreed to come on the council to fill the expired term of councilperson Cheryl Sams. So with that, if y'all want to appoint him or somebody else, so do I obtain a motion? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Tony Hall
Mm-hmm.
to fill Cheryl's vacant seat
Okay. For the remainder of the term.
for the remainder of the term.
Okay. All right, do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Item B. Well, we'll have to,
So what I would suggest, I don't have the language
Yeah.
tonight, but we can send it to you prior to the next meeting if you want to do the swearing in
Well,
at the
We
next
have it in
meeting.
the office, we just forgot to get Buffy to pull it out for us.
Okay,
yeah.
so you can table that until the next meeting.
So, the swearing in, I'm sorry, Tony, Buffy left and we didn't get the paper to swear in, so we'll do it next month.
I'll be
So,
around.
do I have a motion to table swearing in of
Yeah.
the new council till next month?
Yeah, just make a motion that we table the swearing in of Tony Hall for next month's
Okay.
meeting.
All right, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion second, all in favor? Okay. All right, the next item is employment of Cheryl Sams to assist in the day-to-day operation of the town. And that's one reason that she resigned. We're getting more and more busy, and like I say, with Buffy working a full-time job, she cannot, you know, do some of the things, you know, call people and stuff during the day. And me working, I can't do it either. And all these offices and stuff's open from 8 to 5. So we need somebody to, you know, call these people. One good example is DOT about the crosswalks, environmental health about the septic tank. You know, there's just so many things that, you know, and there's a
Tax
grant.
commissioner for the tax
Yeah.
bills.
Right, so there's just so much to do. Buffy has agreed to, you know, we passed, when Rachel was here, $800 a month for her to be, you know, here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. and Buffy took it on for 500 because she wasn't gonna be here. But Buffy has agreed to do 400 and then let Cheryl have the other 400. So it's not increasing the budget at all. And Cheryl's gonna take care of the park as far as rental reservations and stuff also. So Buffy's gonna be our clerk, and she's gonna handle, you know, the minutes and, you know, the bookkeeping and
Financial.
stuff. Financial stuff, and then Cheryl's gonna do the other. There might
And
be
also be doing cleaning.
yeah. So there might be a time that, you know, Buffy not be able to do it anymore. I won't go into that, but, you know, if that does take place, then, you know, we can look at something else later. So anyway, with that being said, do have a motion of approval of,
I make a motion that the town hires Cheryl Sams to assist our town clerk in day-to-day operations effective immediately.
okay? At the rate of 400?
At the rate of
$400.
$4.30.
Yeah, 30 days.
400.
Okay, all right,
Can we get Cheryl's references though?
yeah.
Okay. Strike that.
Okay, so do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay, this last one, I don't remember, but somebody said that we'd already took care of this, but just for paperwork, legality. When we done the FEMA, renovations here through the grant and stuff, all the renovation stuff, you know, I done a lot of the work and stuff, so, we thought there was approval of, you know, paying me $6,000 to do that. We just want to clarify that tonight, so it's clear on the books. But that was the work I did, you know, as far as, you know, tearing out, replacing, and, you know, overseeing. So do I have a motion, or denial, or?
I'll make a motion to approve the payment
$6,000.
of $6,000 to Randy Banks for the labor on the renovation of the town hall building.
Okay. All right. I have a second?
A second.
All right. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Okay, next item.
You want me to read it?
Okay, I'm just gonna-
The increase
Mhm.
of the town maintenance contract
So 22.
to 2,200,
Well, you got 23 here.
23.
Well, we
Yeah.
budgeted 22 though. 22 is in the budget, but now I can increase it because we have more, so if you want to do
No,
23,
no,
we
I mean,
can.
I just,
Just whatever you want to do, Andrea, it's up to you.
What was it budgeted for?
Well, when I did the budget, I didn't know if it was gonna be approved or not, so, but I have enough to increase it to 23 in the budget if I need to. So it's just whatever y'all wanna do.
What that is for Randy to increase his budget or his
His contract.
contract
Oh.
for the
For
town.
the
The
park,
town
all
maintenance
that, all that
and-
he does.
Because he
So
uses a
we
lot of
initially
his-
voted for that last year for him to start that.
yeah,
Because we had a gentleman that was doing it. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I got it.
Because he uses a lot of his own equipment.
Yeah.
So you want 22 or 23?
I say 23. If y'all agree.
That's fine. So I just have a question. Should it state what that town maintenance contract is for and to who?
I can include it in the meetings,
Okay.
but it's a line item, I mean, it's in the proposed budget.
Yep.
But So I mean, when you say maintenance contract, we
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
have
see,
one.
in the line, in the or in the budget, it just says contract maintenance.
Yes.
It doesn't specify who that is providing that, okay.
Yes.
All right, that's fine.
So Andrea made a motion.
Of 23 per month, effective immediately.
Okay, so, do I have a second?
One second.
Okay. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Next item, set millage rate for 2020, is that right? Is that the taxes?
Yes,
Okay.
for 2020. We need to set the millage rate. We're not gonna go up like we had planned because there's a lot of red tape that's got to be done, and I'm working on that for next year. But we need to set it at 3 mills with a 2 mil rollback so that it'll stay the same at 1 mil on the tax bill.
Okay, so do I have a motion to set that rate for the millage rate for 2020?
I'll say it, do I have to say it, set at 2 mil, roll back to 1? Or set at 3, roll back to 1?
Yeah.
So I make a motion that we set the millage rate to 3, roll it back to 1.
Okay. I have a second.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
So it takes a year to make the changes to result, if we do that next year, it results for
Yeah.
2022?
Well, no, if we get started soon enough, we can increase it for 2021. But because we were so late in the year trying to get it done, that we ran out of time to get everything in the time frame that the state requires.
Okay, but what we're saying is that no action will be made for the year 2021. We will start the process
No.
and then it'll go in effect in
No,
20.
we can do it in 2021 for the 2021 tax bills that come out at the end of the year.
Oh, okay, that's what I was looking for, okay.
Okay, so
All
I
in
got,
favor?
all right, so we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Okay, all right, set the, public hearing and, vote on the proposed budget for 2021.
It has to run in the paper, according to what I was informed today. It has to run in the paper, and then, but you can, you could have a public hearing on Wednesday, and then another one on Thursday or Friday in the same week. Well, it'd have to be after the paper comes out. And then you could do 2 back to back, not in the same day, is what they told me, but in the same week you can, once it's published in the paper. So, with that being said, let's look at November.
Is there room for discussion right now?
Mhm.
So total is 91K, 91.4, and this year's operating budget was, what, approximately 124K?
No,
Do we have a projection of our budget for revenue for?
Yes, it's on the last page.
Oh, 98, okay. And when do we actually know that officially what that is? You've got,
We don't know, because every month, we have no way of knowing what the local option sales tax is gonna be.
okay,
It varies from month to month. So what I did was, I took 12 months. I took all the way back to November of last year
yes ma'am.
and added them together, and then I projected, per the mayor, 4,200 in building permits, and then we should get around 4,500 from the tax bills. So that's how I came up with that amount. I can tell you, we, last year in local option sales tax, we took in $89,673.63.
we show for the budget for 2021, the remaining revenue for the year 2020 projected?
No,
Well, I mean, just,
according to what I was told by the CPA, it has to, you cannot, your budget cannot go over what you're gonna collect for that year.
How do you identify any remaining funds?
Reserve funds.
Oh, that's what that, okay.
Yeah, but there'll be more, I mean, I don't know what the end of the year is gonna be, so I just, all I put down in reserve funds was what we are projecting that we're gonna bring in, minus what the proposed budget is gonna take out.
Okay.
And that leaves us with the 6911. But without knowing what the end of the year amount is going to be, then there's no way I can add that into the reserve funds. Is that making sense?
but basically right here is what we got in the bank
Yeah.
at this time. So I mean, I don't see anything that's, you know, other than, the stuff at the rail cars that we're doing. So I mean, we're gonna have that cushion there, also, so I mean.
Wow,
So,
that's amazing.
so,
That full added to that.
yeah.
Wow, okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I just was wondering why, so at some point, first of the year, we will show the direct numbers of what we have in the
Mhm.
reserve. Awesome. Okay,
Well, now you have to back up. It won't show the full amount of the reserve because you're not gonna have all of your the proposed revenue in,
yeah,
okay? Now you can show what was in the general account January 1st
Mhm.
as reserve, but that's all, that's,
Well,
All
I
of
mean,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but that's, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
but I mean, you know, that's-
I'm good with it, that makes sense.
Okay, so can we, this is the 5th. If we put it in the paper next week, then I would be available for a public hearing at, Thursday the 19th. And I could also do I could do Tuesday the 17th and then Thursday the 19th.
I mean, we're gonna have to vote on this next month. I mean, this is just a proposal until it,
Right,
right, so why don't you do it toward the end of November, and then the last public hearing be at 6:30 before the council meeting, you know, on that Thursday.
no, according to what I was told, you can't do it. You can't do the proposed budget hearing on the same night as the meeting that you're gonna vote on it. It's what they told me today.
I thought you could.
Well, I did too, but when I called, it was the CPA that told me that we couldn't do it. So, I mean, if that's what you wanna do, that's fine.
I mean, I don't.
But I would say go ahead and put it in the paper next week, and then people have ample time to.
Well, I mean, I agree.
So if you wanna do that, then the January meeting, or December meeting will be,
I mean,
December the 3rd, so we could do budget hearing at 6:30. And then the other one could be on Monday the 30th.
that's fine.
Okay. I'll put it in.
But from a legal standpoint, I don't think there's,
I didn't think so either. I'm just repeating what I was told.
I'm looking to see if I can find the code
Okay.
section on it, so I'll pipe up when I find it.
okay.
What was the date, Cheryl?
It'll be November the 30th at 6:30. And December the 3rd at 6:30.
Those are
Which will
both
be
the
30
pub-
minutes, yeah, which will
both
be 30
public
minutes
hearings.
before our regular meeting.
December what?
3rd.
3rd.
And that's at 6:30 also.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the public hearings needs to be at least 1 week before the adoption of the budget.
See, That's where that came in, that it couldn't be the same night of the,
But
well, no, at least one, it doesn't say the other one, right?
it says, let's see, at least 1 week prior to the meeting of the governing authority at which the adoption of the budget occurs, the governing authority shall conduct a public hearing. So
that means we can't do it on the 30th.
that the
24th,
first one would need to occur at least a week.
Yeah, it has to be on the 24th.
24th of November. So change the 30th to the 24th?
Yes,
24th November. And then a public hearing also on December 3rd.
right, before our regular scheduled meeting.
So that's the week of Thanksgiving, is everybody gonna be in town then?
I will be.
I will be. And everybody doesn't have to be present, somebody just has to be here to take their
Hold on.
concerns.
I'm hunting. I'm sorry. I will not be here. I'll be in Virginia. Sorry. But I'll be
Alright, so
in
what
a
do you
tree
wanna
stand. Call me.
I can be here on the 24th,
Why don't we do it the week before that?
well, which is what I had originally said. November the 17th or November the 19th, which one you want?
It don't matter, whichever
I'm
one.
here.
Alright, let's do, alright, so instead of doing it on the 24th, I have to call out my calendar. We'll do it on the 19th at 6:30.
So you're gonna have both of them at 6:30?
Yes,
Okay.
30 minutes before our regular meeting and then that other one there.
So do I have a,
Yeah. I make a motion that we accept the proposed 2021 budget and set public hearings for November 19th and December 3rd at 6:30 PM.
do I have a second?
I'm gonna second it.
Have a motion and a second, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay, the next item. This is require a deposit of $50 on all birthday parties held in the park. This includes those parties without reservation. And the reason I say that, and it's not gonna get everybody, but the more people we can, the better off we are, because people that have unreserved birthday parties over there is leaving a mess. And, you know, if we can, you know, require everybody to put a deposit down, then, you know, they'll get it back after their, you know, their party, but try to cut down on some of the, mess they're
But
leaving.
how are we gonna catch them? How are we gonna know?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying we're gonna catch everybody, but I'm just saying.
But if we
that-
notice somebody out there,
Yeah.
just go out there and give them a paper saying, and we just have to put up a sign that says
Say-
all birthday parties required.
Say, you post a sign and say any large gatherings have to be pre-approved by town council.
Yeah,
There's a possible fine,
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, but at the, until we get that language, we just do the $50 deposit. I mean, a lot of people do it, and then we'll just have to, you know, monitor it.
If they pay their deposit, they usually clean up. If they
Yeah.
don't, and they do the pinatas, and if you've ever tried to pick up the debris from a pinata, you'll understand why Randy's upset. And water balloons, and
I make a motion that we require a deposit of $50 on all birthday parties, any celebrations, to include those parties and celebrations without reservations. Effective immediately.
All right. Have a second?
I second it.
Okay. Have a motion second, any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay, next item is approval of training class for Cheryl to go to some GMA training classes to get her up to speed on some of their duties that she's going to take on. We've already, you know, we've had it in the budget every year of $1,600, so that should cover her training if y'all approve.
Is it open for others?
Yes, I mean, if there's something that is available, we'll just, think you get on Gmail, website.
Yeah, on Gmail Online, they have a thing that says something about events, but right now, they've not posted anything for 2021.
Yeah, it's Jeremiah, or have you attended the training? So there's 3 with Town.
Oh, yeah,
It's gonna be
I think
3 folks. We've all.
And Tony, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so you got 3
Then tell you
people.
that, right.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, usually, the ones for the elected officials is held in Athens. Isn't that where y'all
That's
live?
where we went.
Well, yes, and you can also get a grant, or I mean, like a grant for being so small and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll, not the
I'll check
rooms,
it
but the stuff.
Yeah,
So-
So you're specifically spelling this out because Cheryl's no longer part of the town council, but as an employee.
Yes, that,
See, even though I've done this for
Yeah.
years, I did the elected official training, but I never went and did the actual
Yeah.
clerk training. And also the one, like, the new stuff on the record keeping, what you can keep, what, you know, those kind of things I need to be brought up to date on. Now, they've told me that because of COVID, some of this stuff will actually be online and that all I have to do is sign in, but they don't know yet which one's gonna be online and which ones I'm gonna have to attend. They're looking at that the clerk is probably gonna be, is it St. Simon's or Jekyll? One of those is where it's gonna be.
so do we wanna change that then and say, you know, training for new elected officials and, or new
Mhm.
elected and appointed
Employees.
officials
And
and
employees.
employees, yes.
Yep.
Okay,
And I have a call into them, I'll try to get the proposed dates and stuff for that. So we know when it is.
To make the motion with the new language used recommended? Okay. So I make a motion that we approve all training for newly elected officials and employees of the town of Talking Rock, effective immediately.
for 2020.
2020, correction. Yep.
Okay, second,
I'll second.
okay. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. Okay, the next item was approval to roll the 2020 LMIG grant funds to 2021.
Randy had asked me to call DOT because the amount that we got this year is not enough to do the road repairs that need to be done. But if we take what we got this year and roll it over and combine it with what we will get in 2021, we should have enough to make those repairs. So I called DOT over in Cartersville, and the young lady told me what I have to do, what letters I have to send in order for us to be able to do that. But because we had already approved the LMIG grant, then y'all have to approve to roll it over.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we roll over the 2020 LMG grant funds to the year 2021, combined with the LMG funds for 2021.
okay. All right, can I have a second? Can I have a motion and a second? Any other discussion? Not, all in favor? Okay. All right, next item.
Is, and this doesn't have to have a vote. Randy had asked me to call ETC because with the schools being out and kids needing someplace to go to do their schoolwork, because believe it or not, there are some areas in our county that does not have Wi-Fi access. ETC won't run lines to some areas. So I contacted ETC about doing a Wi-Fi hotspot over in the park. And when the guy said, "You're not gonna believe this, but I already had it down to do this." So they are gonna be putting in, I signed the paper to give them permission to bury the line. And they're gonna be doing that probably within the next 2 weeks. Now, the only thing is that once this COVID is over, they may not do it for free. Right now, it's for free, okay? But after COVID's over, it will be a charge of $49.95 per month to keep it. I have already added that into the proposed budget so that we can keep it over there. Because there's a lot of homeschool groups that go over there, and I've talked to some of the homeschool moms. They would love to have the Wi-Fi access over there. So, because some of them do their classes over there, their science, and things. And so we would like to keep it, and it's in the budget, so. But anyway, they're supposed to have it over there in the next 2 weeks.
So do we have to vote? Or is that done deal? It's free?
Well, I guess you would have to approve to pay for it after they stop letting it be free, if they
But
do. I mean,
We don't know when that is, right?
we don't know. We have no idea.
So when we chair it until that time with that option?
Yeah, it's free until, I mean, if that's what you wanna do, I mean, cause then, once we figure out, we can call them and say, hey, we're not gonna pay for this, you need to cut it off, so. And which is what they're gonna look at, cause they put up several around the county that are free, just for the kids to be able to access for their schoolwork. And this is going to be one of them, cause there's not one on this end of the county at all. The closest one is out Lumber Company, so the kids at Whitestone, up 136, if they don't have it at home, then they don't have access to do their schoolwork. So, I just wanted to let y'all know that was in the works.
Okay. One last item, and it's just for y'all to look over, it's the blight ordinance. Cheryl made a copy for everybody. Y'all can take that and read it. And,
What is it for?
blight, it's for dilapidated and habitable, and abandoned, structures. If y'all like the language and stuff, we could give it to Lauren or Jeff and let them look over it, make sure that it's all good, and then we can take steps to adopt it. Does anyone?
I'm gonna send a piece of paper around. I would like for y'all to let me have your phone numbers and your email address. Because once I have your email address, some of this stuff I could just email to you and not have to make all these copies.
We've not really ever had a whole lot of audience, but does any of the public want to make any comments?
Hi, Mr. Mayor Banks.
Yeah.
Could you possibly find something in your budget to either re-gravel or re-scrape the parking lot with the addition of the water? When the city or the county put their new gravel in, they made a lovely hump and the water stops there. It runs up into the parking, not the parking, the sidewalk area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also really just pouring down the road, and you can just see the mud. If you go out there during the day, you can see where the mud's just coming down, and it pools down at that end where the drain is.
Mhm.
And I think it's been a while since the parking lot has been scraped and or re-gravelled. Could at least be looked at to just scrape it, to level it out again from what they've done with it.
When the work is done over at the septic tank and stuff, we can get that done at the same time.
That would be fantastic. If you'd come down,
Yeah.
granted, we've had some major rain, but it's huge puddles and
Yeah.
it's awkward, uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
slippery.
Well, like I said, we can do that.
That'd be wonderful, thank
And
you.
that's gonna be done pretty quick. All right. Yeah.
Question, how are you gonna reinforce the whole park thing?
It's not that we're gonna enforce, we'll just have to kinda keep an eye out.
I mean, it's the same thing as reservations. I mean, it's just honor system, I guess, honor system. But if we see somebody over there, we can start asking questions and stuff, and, you know, and making people more aware of cleaning up after themselves is the main thing that we're trying to do, you know, so. It's not gonna be 100% effective, but it's,
I guess it's a fine line between mom with her 3 kids and a
Oh, no, no,
birthday
no.
cake and
No,
a huge major party. What,
Yeah.
where are you, how are you breaking that?
well, that's, I mean, if you have 25 people, you know, or 15 people or something, you know, then you're gonna start looking at that. I mean, you know, and like I say, it's just like any law that you have. I mean, you know, speeders or anything, you know, it's just there to, if you catch somebody, you can, you know, ask them to make a deposit, you know. I mean, we're not trying to make any money, it's just that you're trying to police it a little bit better.
Oh,
Try to make them stop and think.
we understand, absolutely, we've seen it.
But I have a suggestion.
Mhm.
Why don't we put some cameras up and say, smile, you're on camera, please clean up your area. And
Well,
see if
we
that
got,
works.
I mean, we got those, I just haven't put them out yet.
Yeah.
But,
But that might help if they think they're being watched.
so.
Okay.
All right, any other comments? All right, if not, any other business? If not, take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
A second.
All right,